welcome to the greatest opener of all time. This isn't even arguable. It's Florida State, Alabama, 1 versus 3. This is how we open up the college football season of 2017. Are you kidding? Doesn't get much better than this. So this is going to be the greatest opener of all time. Name one better. I can't. Why? Because it's 1 versus 3. We haven't had a top 4 matchup to open the season. The 1 has not opened the season against a top 3 opponent ever in college football history. There's never been a top 4 matchup to open the season in college football history. So that's pretty much it. There's your reason right there, because there's no other opener that could beat this. If you can name one, tell me right now an opener that would beat this one right here. Florida State, Alabama, and it seems like it's coming on right now, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. You can turn on the volume if you want, because I will be doing live commentary of this, but again, thanks for tuning in. I will be doing live commentary, but here is the greatest opener of all time, Florida State versus Alabama. Alright, so there you see Jimbo Fisher, the head coach for the Florida State Seminoles, and we're just about to get ready underway here. It's been a great college football day so far, where Maryland spoiled Texas for Tom Herman's debut as a Texas head coach. First home opener loss for the Longhorns since 1994. And also the first loss for a head coaching debut since also 1994. So the first for Texas losing their home opener, and Tom Herman losing his coaching debut with the Texas Longhorns. That's been the best game to this point so far. A close one in Pittsburgh today. A Pitt and Youngstown State. This is not a ranked game, but I thought I might as well mention it. It was 21-0. Pitt ended up blowing the lead, where a 28-yard field goal missed by the kicker caused an overtime where Youngstown State ended up coming back. The kicker was giving up another chance to possibly tie the game. He missed it again. 2 missed field goals, but Pitt did come out on top. So we're about to get underway here in the brand new Mercedes-Benz Dome. This is going to be the first game in this new dome. A lot of money spent into this. Not quite sure how much, but it is a packed house for Florida State and Alabama, and we are underway here in Atlanta. It's going to be back in the end zone. It is going to be kneeled by the returner Henry Ruggs. And then here we're going to see some highlights of Jalen Hurts. Last year they were in the Advocare Classic. He did have a few mistakes in that game, the freshman quarterback. And here you see the national championship, the last game of the year. He has evolved so much over a season of play. We'll see how he does. This is his sophomore year as an Alabama quarterback. Still has 1 more year after this. He is responsible for 36 touchdowns in the 2016 season. 23 passing, 13 rushing, as he hands it off here. to Bo Scarborough, who is going to break every single person in his way. Are you kidding me? What a start to the season for Alabama as the running back Damien Harris takes it all the way to the Florida State 40-yard line. Broke 3 tackles there, 2 of them in the backfield, and then you see that one right there. Did force him out of bounds, though, which could have been a touchdown, but it is still a big play for the Bama Tide. And it is a first down on the 41-yard line of the Seminoles. Hurts in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Throws it all the way downfield. He's looking for his receiver, Calvin Ridley, but he overthrows him. It's going to be second down and 10. These are impact players of the game. Bo Scarborough, who is number 9, a running back, and number 3, Calvin Ridley, who that pass was just intended to. And for the Seminoles on defense, Derek Noddy and Derwin James, a nose guard and a free safety for the Florida State Seminoles. Now, I actually predicted that it would be Alabama, Ohio State, Florida State, and USC in the college football playoff. That is how it has begun the season, as Damien Harris takes that one for 5 yards, knocked out of bounds. I was just saying that was it, and then it was like that to start the season, but now you have this opener. What is at stake here is basically the college football playoff. The loser is most likely going to be out of the college football playoff unless they can get some impact wins. Alabama is in the SEC, so they can get some impact wins. The only big win that Florida State could get is probably Clemson. That is their only other big win that they could get, as Hurts passes it out. He hits his man at about Calvin Ridley around the 32-yard line. It's going to be fourth down for Nick Saban's Crimson Tide. We'll see what they do here. Now, we do have an upset alert here, as Western Michigan and USC are tied, as that's a handoff to Bo Scarborough, and the Seminoles cannot stop him. He just extends the arm out enough, gets it at about in between the 31 and the 30-yard line, and it's a first down for the Crimson Tide. In the pistol, the handoff, and it looked like the Seminoles had him in the backfield, but he broke 1 tackle. That's all he needed to get the first down. A couple Seminoles thought that he was stopped short, but he got over the marker, and it's time to move the chains, but it looks like they're going to review here whether Scarborough was down before he got the ball over the line. We're going to see here his knee's down right there. It looks like he does have his arm extended over, though, with the football. Keep in mind, the 31-yard line is it, so might want to go back there. It looks like his knee's been down, but if that's where his knee was originally down, then he does have the first down. But it looks like the officials are going to take a bit to review this one. You see Bo Scarborough. All of the Alabama Crimson Tide think he has it. There you see them discussing what's going to happen next. Keep in mind, the ruling on the field is a first down. He does get the first down. The officials give him the first down, which is a rightful thing to do. He did get the first down, and it's going to be a first down and 10 for the Crimson Tide. Right about the 30-yard line. So a quick 5 plays for Bama, and they're already at the Florida State 30-yard line. Looked like they were going to win the national championship. It wasn't even going to be close last year. But Clemson roared out of nowhere as a 3 seed and ended up beating them, as he's going to fake the handoff there. He's going to try to take it himself, but the defensive line of Florida State is all over him. Number 90, DeMarcus Christmas, makes the big play for the Florida State Seminoles. There you see him right there tackling him from behind, where the rest of the Florida State defense comes in to get him. And USC has taken a lead over Western Michigan as the handoff by Hurts to Scarborough. Scarborough is going to get just about 1 yard, so the Florida State defense has got a lot of momentum here. There you see the quarterback, Tarvarius McFadden. Tarvarius McFadden on the tackle there. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for Bama. Jalen Hurts, shotgun formation. Florida State defense with a lot of momentum here. Screen to Scarborough, and all over him is Trevon. No, not wrong team. That was a big mistake right there. See number 7 for the Seminoles right there making the big tackle. And it'll be 43 yards for a field goal here to get Alabama on the board to start out of the game. The snap, the kick, it is up and it is good. No good! Alabama misses a 43-yard field goal and Florida State is going to have it. Inside their own field possession, but they do stop Bama from scoring on the first drive. It's the greatest opener of all time, Alabama, Florida State, and we're on a commercial break right now, so don't forget to subscribe for more of these. Next week I will not be doing any of these because I am going to head to Penn State to see the Pitt-Penn State rivalry. I actually don't know if that's for sure yet, but as of now I am going. But next week, if I do not go, I will have the Ohio State-Oklahoma game with live commentary as well. So again, thanks for tuning into this live stream out of all, because we all know that there's about 1,000 of these out there because it's Alabama, Florida State. But if you want to ask me any college football questions for during the commercial breaks, just ask me in the chat and I will answer them during commercial breaks for you guys. And I will be doing a halftime report, also answering questions, but it will be most just recapping the game. But again, ask me any questions you want during the commercial breaks. I will answer them. Well, welcome back to Alabama versus Florida State. Here you see that an Alabama inside Florida State territory. They did try to kick a field goal. It was no good. So Alabama cannot capitalize after a big first play on the drive that looked like they were going to get at least 3 points, but Florida State is going to get the ball on their own 25-yard line as Francois throwing down the field. The intended receiver, Auden Tate, but it is incomplete. DeAndre Francois, the 6'1" sophomore, he is, there you see with Kirk Herbstreit's scouting report, poise and toughness and active and creative. Francois and Hurts, both sophomore quarterbacks, last year shined after getting off to a couple shaky games as Francois takes the snap at the empty backfield. Looking back to pass, will go over the middle, and he'll find his man for the first down. Finds wide receiver Keith Gavin. And it's going to be a first down for the Seminoles. Third and 1 for the Seminoles. Francois is going to try to take it himself. He's going to run it to the outside. He's going to get 3 yards for a first down. So, a first set of downs for the Seminoles. On the 37, shotgun for Francois. Motion is Gavin. Back to pass is Francois, looking over the middle. Voids alignment, he'll throw to his right, and he has a wide open receiver at the Alabama 42-yard line, and it's a first down, Seminoles. Look at that route right there by wide receiver George Campbell. And it's a first down, Seminoles. We saw the same thing from Alabama the last drive. They got a big play to get them into opposing territory, and they ended up missing a field goal. Alabama, we'll see what the outcome is for Florida State. As a quick rush by the Bama defense, Francois is going to take it himself and just gain some positive yards there instead of getting sacked. Good decision by Francois. Fitzpatrick got in there quick to force Francois to run the ball. There you see, diving to try to make the tackle, he couldn't, and Francois just gets positive yardage to the Alabama 40. Second down and 8. There you see, last season he had 74 rushing attempts, 482 yards, and a touchdown. I formation for the Seminoles. Man in motion. The toss, and it's going to be a double toss jet sweep. And looking to the outside is the wide receiver, number 89, Keith Gavin. But it'll still be third down. He's just short of the marker. 8.5 to go in the first. Jimbo Fisher has 78 wins as a Florida State head coach, most through 7 years of any head coach in college football history. Started as a head coach with Florida State, and he's taken this team a long way since he came here. Third down and 2 for the Seminoles. Shotgun for Francois. Takes the snap, and whistles are going to be blown, and a timeout is going to be called by Jimbo Fisher as he is yelling at Francois to snap the ball. Florida State's going to take a timeout. There, if we see on the bottom of your screen, Western Michigan has scored a field goal. USC was on upset alert. They were down at one point, 14-7, 21-14, but they have come back and taken a 35-28 lead, and now it is 35-31. There you see Jimbo Fisher talking to his quarterback, Francois. So there you see some production for Dalvin Cook last year, who went to the NFL draft. Part of the timeout. Francois takes a snap, running to his right, looking for a quick screen route. Can't find his wide receiver, number 8, Nyquan Murray, and it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Seminoles. See if Jimbo Fisher wants to go for it here. Apparently he does. You see here, rolling to his right was Francois, just a little bit to the right of Nyquan Murray. A little too much momentum. Going a little hard to his left. Didn't have time to come around right and make a clean catch there. So Jimbo Fisher does want to keep his offense out there for 4th down. Shotgun for Francois, rolling to his right. It looks like they're going to attempt the same play, but Alabama's defense gets in there right away, and they'll have the ball on their own 38. Big time play by number 20, Sean Dion Hamilton, and it gets Alabama the ball on their own 38-yard line. So back-to-back possessions in which both teams got into the opposing team's territory and would miss out on scoring opportunities. There you see Mr. Gavin running all the way deep, and that was an easy play. But there you see Hamilton coming up with a big play. It looked like Francois was looking to his right the whole time to try to make the same play, missing Gavin deep. It's still no score after 2 big defensive stops by each team. It's the greatest opener of all time, Florida State versus Alabama. And if you've been here, you know the drill. I'm going to answer some questions about college football. So, let's see here. Apparently there's still no questions, so. So, thank you to the 21 of you that have decided to tune in to the live stream. Stupid commercials. So if you're just tuning in, Alabama has the ball on their own 38-yard line after Florida State had the ball on the Alabama around 42-yard line. Went for it on 4th and 2 and could not come up with a big play. Francois was sacked for a loss of 5 yards. And so Alabama has the ball in their own 38. Alabama didn't score on their own drive where Damian Harris made a run all the way from around the 35 to the Florida State 40. And they ended up missing a field goal from 43 out. You're watching ESPN Saturday Night Football. It's presented by Wells Fargo, Chick-fil-A, and Mercedes-Benz. Speaking of Mercedes-Benz, this is the new Mercedes-Benz Arena, Mercedes-Benz Dome, replacing the Georgia Dome as Hurts hands it off in the shotgun formation to Damian Harris, who tries to plow forward for positive yardage. He does get 1 yard out of it. It'll be 2nd and 9. Hurts looking for the pass, and oh my goodness, he caught his own pass. That might be a bad idea, though, because he might lose yardage. He will lose 2 yards, but oh, what a play. Hurts was looking for the screen right there. It was tipped by James Jr. Derwin James Jr., who tips it right back to Hurts, who comes up with the football and somehow runs for only a loss of 2, so it will be 3rd and 10. Back where Alabama started the drive, 1st and 10. On their own 38. Shotgun. Hurts back to pass. Gets it over the middle to Calvin Ridley, who gets to the Florida State 41-yard line. So a big completion for Jalen Hurts to Calvin Ridley, and it's a 1st down for the Crimson Tide. Quick snap there to Damian Harris. Gets the carry for 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. There you see again the big completion to Calvin Ridley as Hurts is going to take off with it himself. He's going to get past the 30. He's to the 20. Down at about the 18-yard line. Into the red zone are the Crimson Tide, and they are in great shape to score a possible touchdown here and get them on the board in Atlanta. 1st and 10, shotgun. It's going to be pistol for Jalen Hurts. Bo Scarborough back there. The handoff to Bo. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage by the Florida State defense. It'll be 2nd and 10. About 5:50 to go in the 1st. Jalen Hurts in shotgun. Bo Scarborough, the running back. Back to passes Hurts. Hurts over the middle to Calvin Ridley, who cannot get his feet in bounds. Good push out by the defender. A.J. Westbrook. We'll see here again. Westbrook with the... Yes, his right foot was in bounds, but his left foot was touched out of bounds before. You see his toe touching the out of bounds line. Take a look again from our pylon cam. Even so, it looked like both feet just touched right around the beginning of the out of bounds line. And shotgun is Jalen Hurts. They have not run an under snap play as a bad snap. And now Hurts is going to have to take off with it. Runs into his lineman. He's going to gain positive yardage. No, he's not. Looked like he was going to gain positive yardage by trying to run around the outside. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and it's 4th down. We'll see if Alabama can convert on this field goal. They missed the last one. 5 minutes to go in the 1st. It's 4th and 10. See again the bad snap there. Hurts just running to his right, decides to take it. Running maybe a little too far to his left, and he got tripped up. Andy Pepinostos missed the first one from 42 out. This one's a little easier, 36. 3 went back for Florida State, as this one is going to get up and through the goalposts. So it's 3-0 Alabama. They finally get on the board with 4.5 left to go in the 1st quarter. It's the greatest opener of all time in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. It's 3-0 Alabama. Thanks to the 14 of you that have stayed now. Got our camera angle here. So, Again, if you're just tuning in, it's 4.5 to go in the first quarter. We have a 3-0 lead for Alabama after they just made a 36-yard field goal. And we finally have a score in Atlanta because for a long time we had no score. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be a battle of offenses, but it's been a battle of defenses to this point. It's only 3-0. So if you're just waiting here, you can ask me any college football questions if you want to pass some time here during the commercials, because we all know it's just waiting for the game to come back on. So, hey, we're back. So we have a championship drive update. Here's that USC Western Michigan game I was talking to. A big run by the USC running back. That will seal the deal. All the way into the end zone. It's the fourth quarter, 3 minutes left to go. And USC avoids an upset against Western Michigan. While here at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it's the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week. And it's 3-0. Alabama leads it. This game could very much decide who goes to the championship game and or who wins the championship game. 1 versus 3. As taking it out is Gavin, who gets stopped at the 10-yard line. A big stop right there by the Alabama defense. Keith Gavin tried to bring it out. Couldn't. You see Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban were both on an LSU coaching team. They won the 2003 national championship together as LSU. Now, Nick Saban is coaching Alabama and Jimbo Fisher is coaching Florida State. Nick Saban is 10-0 against former assistant coaches. There you see Jimbo Fisher as it's 1st and 10, Florida State on their own 10. Francois back to pass with the empty backfield to go with the screen route to Keith Gavin. Gavin gets it out to about the 15-yard line, and it's a 2nd down and 5. Keith Gavin has been DeAndre Francois' favorite target to this point. Second and 5. Francois takes a snap, hands it off for about a 2-yard gain there. Running back Jacques Patrick, and it's 3rd and 2 for the Seminoles. Florida State looking to convert here on a 3rd down and 2 to keep the drive alive. If not, they're likely going to punt, and Alabama's likely going to get good field position with Florida State at their own 18. Francois in the shotgun sends Keith Gavin in motion, and whistles are going to be blown. And another timeout is going to be taken by Jimbo Fisher here, yelling at his offense for not snapping the ball. It's 3-0 Alabama. We're going to take a timeout with him. Don't forget any college football questions you have. I most likely can answer them. So if you're wondering about anything about college football during these commercial breaks, feel free to put it in the chat and I'll answer it. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, there you see an outlook of it, was built this summer after football season, replacing the Georgia Dome. And this is the first football game inside of it, the first of many, as this will also be the home field for the Falcons. Francois takes the snap from shotgun, looks over the middle, he has a man. It's the tight end, number 81, Ryan Izzo. And it's a first down for the Seminoles. They're going to keep the drive alive here. First and 10, Francois. Shotgun again. Ready to take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He'll be back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Has a man. And oh my goodness, did he make a catch? He did! Number 18, Auden Tate makes a fantastic leaping catch on the move. And what a play for Florida State as that gets them inside Alabama territory. And there you see it was very much covered by number 28, Anthony Averett. But he makes a fantastic catch. Under center, single back formation, handoff, and tripped up by the Alabama defense is Jacques Patrick. That's a second rush of the game. It's been mostly a passing game to this point for Florida State. And with Alabama, it's been a mix, but both teams are running mostly pistol and shotgun formations. Second and 10 for Florida State. Shotgun for Francois. Back to pass. And a quick pocket collapse. He gets the pass off quick. And another great Florida State catch. This time, Naquan Murray gets in on the action. And it's first and 10, Florida State. There's about 1.5 to go in the first quarter. And you see that defensive end crashing the end. A quick pass by Francois, which he only got off moments before a big hit. A nice low catch by Murray, and it's a first down. Francois takes a snap, handoff, and again, a short gain, short to no gain by Patrick. Second down and 10, just under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Still 3-0 Bama. Second and 10, shotgun for Francois at the Alabama 23. Takes a snap, back to pass on second and 10, goes to his left, and he finds a receiver, who other than Keith Gavin, to get them inside of the red zone to the Alabama 13-yard line, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. So we're going to take one more look at that play. Another quick pass by Francois just to not get hit and sacked, or maybe even a fumble. Well, that's the end of the first quarter. When we come back in the second quarter, Florida State has it on the Alabama 17-yard line. You're watching Alabama-Florida State, the greatest opener of all time. Thanks to the 6 of you that have decided to watch the game right here on this live stream, as we're back here at the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. It's Alabama, Florida State, 1 versus 3, the greatest opener of all time. 3-0 Alabama after 1 quarter of play. We'll start the second quarter with Florida State on the Alabama 19-yard line. As Francois back to pass will go over the middle. He has a man. He's trying to get into the side of the 5. He does. He gets to the 4-yard line. Number 8, Nyquan Murray. And Florida State is in business at the 5-yard line of Alabama. A touchdown would give them the lead. 9-play, 86-yard drive to this point. Shotgun for Francois. Takes a snap. He'll hand it off to the running back here, Patrick, who looks like he's going to get it to about the 3-yard line with the referee spot. Maybe the 2. I formation for Florida State. Francois takes a snap. He's looking for a quick pass. He's going a lobber in the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Seminoles. Another great catch by Auden Tate, and the Seminoles take a lead here early in the second quarter. I formation for the Seminoles look like they might run it, and a quick lob pass to Auden Tate. And the Seminoles have a 6-3 lead. Whistle is going to be blown here. And you see his teammates celebrating Tate, and they will review the call here of a touchdown. Don't know how you can overturn it, but it is, for the moment, 6-3 Florida State. Take another look here. There you see Tate had it. It looked like he was juggling it. There you see he had it in possession, maybe for one step. Actually, I see why they're reviewing this now. He might not have had it in possession for steps, so he's still bobbling it to this point. There you see he has it, but the referee's blocking the view there, so at this point the call should stand. But there should be a better view, but they're gonna make the call right now. It is a touchdown. Florida State leads 6-3, and the extra point attempt would make it 7-3. Goes in. 13:41 left in the first half. Florida State goes up 6-3. Now they go up 7-3. The PAT is good. Florida State, a big 11-play drive led by Francois and his fantastic passing, but a couple of great catches, 2 of them by Tate and 1 by Nyquan Murray. You're watching the greatest opener of all time, Alabama, Florida State. See here. Somebody asked me to move it up a little bit, so we'll see here how it worked. Let me see if that's getting the full screen real quick. I think it is. Yeah, it should be getting the full screen. There you go. Shane S is the one who asked for this, so that's about as close as I can move it. So yeah, thanks for telling me, Shane. I did realize it was pretty small there. That's about as close as I can get to have the full screen on there. So, still in commercial break. If you have any college football questions, don't forget to ask them. I'll be happy to answer. All right, we're back here at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Primetime college football on Labor Day. It's Tennessee, Georgia Tech, another Chick-fil-A kickoff game. Tomorrow, Virginia Tech and West Virginia. Tune in here on my YouTube channel for that action. I will be live commentating that game as well. Pretty much the same as this one, but of course a different game. So if you want to see that game, subscribe. Florida State has just scored a touchdown to take a lead. It is now 7-3 Seminoles. And here comes the kickoff. Calvin Ridley takes it out of the end zone and trying to get at least up to the 20. He can't. Another big stop on a kickoff return there. Trying to bring it out there was Henry Ruggs. And we're going to see some defensive plays by Florida State that did not go well. Jalen Hurts has really been fantastic to this point. There you see, reading everything, the man coverage there. He decides to take it. He does get a huge gain right there. Sorry about all that noise there. But, pistol for the Tide on 1st and 10 from their own 15. The running back is Harris, as they do hand it off to him, and he gets about 3 yards of gain. 2nd down and 7. Pistol. A shotgun. Now it's a 2-back formation. Hurts fakes the handoff. He'll take it himself, and he'll try to get a stiff arm there. He does get positive yardage. 2 yards from the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 2. Nice job by Jalen Hurts there. .12:40 left in the first half. Shotgun for the Tide. Hurts takes a snap, looking to pass over the middle, and he got Calvin Ridley. Complete reception at the Alabama 28, and it's a new set of downs for the Crimson Tide. Hurts takes a snap from shotgun. He's going to take it himself again, and he's got a whole lot of room to run. Up to about the Alabama 47 where he runs out of bounds. 11:59 in the first half, and it's a 1st down and 10 for the Crimson Tide. See, looks like Bama's going to make a substitution there. Pistol, Jalen Hurts fakes the handoff, back to pass, going way deep down the field, has Calvin Ridley, and it's a 52-yard touchdown pass for Alabama. What a play by Jalen Hurts, finding Calvin Ridley deep. And the Tide retake the lead. That's a 4th reception for Calvin Ridley. That's his 83rd reception yard. 86 yards passing for Jalen Hurts. His first touchdown of the night. And Alabama leads 9-7. 53-yard touchdown reception. And on for the extra point. It's up and it is good. Alabama leads 10-7. They answer Florida State's touchdown with this 53-yard touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley. Take a look at it one more time. Burns the DB, and it's an easy touchdown for the Tide. And a perfect pass by Jalen Hurts. Calvin Ridley makes the easy catch. You're watching the greatest opener of all time. It's Alabama, Florida State, 1 versus 3. Any college football questions you guys have, throw them at me. You're watching the greatest opener of all time on ESPN. Or on my YouTube channel if you're watching it from here. It's presented by Pacific Life. Buick, proud partner of the NCAA. And just some highlights from the history of these schools. As this is not even close to the best opener of all time. But put down in the chat if there's one better. I can't name one better. Just about 11 and a half to go in the second quarter here. 10-7 Alabama, and here's a touchback. We'll take a look again at that play. There you see putting a man in motion there. That keeps the linebacker's eyes and the safety's eyes on him, looking for the quick screen route there. That gives Calvin Ridley a chance to burn everyone deep, and that's an easy 53-yard touchdown pass. And Alabama goes up 10-7. That's what makes Alabama a fantastic team. plays like that, plays where they can trick the defense into thinking it's going somewhere else, where their wide receivers are fast enough where they can burn people deep, and then their quarterbacks are just good enough to make that easy pass right in there. At the 25-yard line of their own is where Florida State will start the drive. Pistol formation for the Seminoles. Francois fakes the handoff, back to pass, over the middle, and it's tipped and almost intercepted by Alabama, tipped by the defensive line. Mac Wilson was the one who tried to make the interception there. It was tipped by number 69, Josh Frazier, and it's going to be 2nd and 10. Francois back to pass after being in shotgun formation over the middle. And another tip by Josh Frazier again. He is fired up, and it's 3rd down and 10 for Florida State. Francois needs to get his passes up a little higher if he wants to complete them. There you see Josh Frazier again getting his hands up there, able to get his arm there this time on the ball. And it's going to be incomplete, 3rd and 10. Joshua Frazier, the senior from Springdale. Shotgun for Francois. Florida State's 3 for 4 on 3rd downs tonight. No punts for either team in this one. Francois back to pass. Gets a little dump route to the running back. Jacques Patrick, and it's going to be 4th down with 11 minutes to go in the first half. And Jimbo Fisher's going to send the punt team out on for the first time for both teams, where it will be punted away. Here comes the punt by Tyler. Javon Diggs is going to be back. He'll make the fair catch at around the 34-yard line. They'll give him the spot at the 33. Calvin Ridley made the 53-yard catch for the touchdown. We'll see what he can do when we come back on the greatest opener of all time. 1 versus 3, Alabama versus Florida State. Any college football questions, throw them at me. I'm also getting a little bored here for these commercials. So, again, thanks to the 11 of you that have decided to stay here and watch the game with me. And so, just waiting out this commercial here. Thank you, Shane S., for the comment. Good commentary on play-by-play. That's what I try to do here. I'm trying to become a sports broadcaster when I grow up. It's sort of a win-win situation. I get to commentate some big games. You guys get to watch some big games where, it's not. You guys probably can't. I'm guessing you guys can't watch it, but that's just a guess. So thanks again to Shane S. for the comment. If you do want to listen to more play-by-play or just watch some more college football games in general, subscribe and like these videos. And also subscribe for tomorrow when I'm going to live stream the West Virginia versus Virginia Tech game. Also with live commentary. Welcome back again, as I was just talking. So we're going to take a game update here. 10-7, Louisville leading Purdue. A touchdown by Purdue. It's halftime. On Fox there, it's 14-10 Purdue. It's a Chick-fil-A kickoff game in Atlanta. Under center is Jalen Hurts. Oh my... He tried to pass it, rushed by the Florida State defense. He barely gets away in time to throw it away. Big rush by the Florida State defense, as there you see on his tape that there, pray for Houston. And every one of those affected by Hurricane Harvey, our thoughts and prayers are with you. 2nd and 10, it's 10-7. Alabama leads it. Pistol, Jalen Hurts hands it off to Bo Scarborough, who's trying to find a hole, can't. Tried to get to the outside. He breaks a tackle, and he will end up getting positive yardage for 2 yards. Help everybody affected by Hurricane Harvey. Donate now at www.redcross.org/ESPN. Or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to help those affected by the tragedy in Texas. Shotgun for Jalen Hurts. Back to pass, and he'll get hit as he throws, and it is off the intended wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, and it'll be 4th down and 8, and Alabama will punt for the first time in this game. There you see hit maybe just after he threw it, but he was hit close to when he threw there. So it's going to be 4th and 8 in Alabama. Going to punt the football away. Scott, the punter. McFadden back for Florida State. No fair catch made, and he'll let it roll out of bounds. Goes out about the 24-yard line. That's where Florida State will start their drive. It's Saturday Night Football. Not just any Saturday Night Football. It's the greatest opener of all time. 1 versus 3. Alabama versus Florida State. So thanks to the 10 of you that have decided to stay here and watch the game with me and on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to share this live stream with anyone that you may know that's trying to watch this Alabama-Florida State game. Tell them about this live stream right here. Invite them over to watch it with us. And don't forget to tell anybody that you know that's a West Virginia or Virginia Tech or college football fan in general about tomorrow's live stream about the Florida State, not the West Virginia Virginia Tech game. That will be live streamed as well, right on time. So to the two of you that just tuned in, because we now have 12 people watching the stream. If you have not heard about anything about this game to this far, it is 10-7 Alabama. Florida State. Alabama opened the scoring with a field goal, about 4.5 left in the first quarter. Then to lead off the second quarter, Florida State got a 3-yard touchdown pass to make it 7-3. Then Alabama, on a fantastic 53-yard touchdown pass by Jalen Hurts, has given Alabama the 10-7 lead, and that's where we are right now as Francois hands it off to number 3, Cam Akers, who gets 8 yards on that one. It's going to be 2nd and 2 with 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Second and 1, 8:50 to go in the second quarter. I formation for the Seminoles. The handoff to Cam Akers. Akers is going to plow to about the 40-yard line. It'll be first and down from there. There's Dalvin Cook in attendance tonight. 4,464 career rushing yards at Florida State. He's the all-time leader in that category. First down for the Seminoles. Shotgun for Francois. Hands it off to Cam Akers. Akers looking to try to run his way around. He'll be tripped up after a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Cam Akers was the number 1 running back in the 2017 ESPN 300 out of Clinton High School. In Mississippi. Francois, back to pass. He'll get it to the wide receiver, number 8. Nyquan Murray, and it'll be a gain of around 4. It's 3rd down and 5. Third down and 5. 3 for 5. Florida State 3 for 5 on 3rd downs. Alabama's 2 for 6. Shotgun for Francois. Looking to pass. Quick rush. He cannot get it off in time. The intended receiver was Nyquan Murray. Big rush by Alabama forces 4th down and 5. And Jimbo Fisher, is he going to punt it away here? Because the Alabama defense is still on the field here, and so is the Florida State offense. Both Nyquan Murray and Tate on the field, but they're asking what's going on as Murray and Francois have a discussion walking off the field, and Florida State will punt it away here. Comes a punt from Scott. Fair catch. Gonna be made by Trevon Diggs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Alabama with 6:38 left to go in the first half. Here's our Aflac trivia question. Who was the last team to win the national title after losing their season opener? Put down in the chat who you think the answer is, because the answer will be coming very quick. I honestly do not know the answer to this trivia question. I'm not going to take any guess. If you want to take a guess in the chat, take a guess. Who was the last team to win the national title after winning their season opener? Very few have been able to accomplish that feat. Shotgun for Hurts. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Damian Harris, who's going to try to plow through, who does, to about the 23. Here's the answer. Who was the last team to win the national title after winning their season opener? The 1983 Miami Hurricanes. That was the last team to win the national title after losing that season opener. So it's been a while since that. So if history were to repeat itself here, loser of this has no shot at the national title. They do have somewhat of a shot, but it would be a long shot. Shotgun for Hurts. Takes a snap, looking to pass. Pocket collapsing quickly. He'll get out of there with the football, but he will lose a yard as a quick pocket collapse by the Florida State defense forces Jalen Hurts to try to take the ball. He does avoid a big loss of yardage, but it is a loss of 1. There you see the defensive coordinator for the Florida State Seminoles, Charles Kelly. Loss of 1. Makes it 3rd down and 7 for Alabama. Shotgun for Hurts. Man in motion to the right. 2 to the left, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Damian Harris in the backfield. Hurts back to pass. Looking over the middle has Calvin Ridley. But the Florida State defense is going to get a stop as we have an argument going on between the two right there. It's 4th and 2. Now they'll bring the Alabama offense out on the field. With around 4:50 to go here in the second quarter, in the first half. That kick is going to go out of bounds. Who knows where? I don't know where they are going to. They're going to mark it right there. Oh my goodness. Florida State has fantastic field position to start their new drive. We'll take a look here about this punt. Looks like it hit the right of Scott's leg. Nick Saban trying to cheer up his punter as he walks off the field dejectedly. And Florida State has fantastic field position to start after the bad punt by L.J. Scott. Francois is going to be in shotgun here. Cam Akers, the running back. They'll hand it off to Akers, who tosses it to a wide receiver on a jet sweep. What a bad decision. George Campbell took the second toss, and it's a huge loss as the defense read it well for Alabama. You see right there, for Alabama, number 24, Terrell Lewis read that fantastically, and as a loss of 4, it's 2nd and 14. Shotgun for Francois, back to take the pass, and he'll throw it, and it was intended for Keith Gavin. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 14 now. There you see our impact performance of Deondre Francois on 3rd downs. He's 3 for 5 with 33 yards passing, 2 first downs. They're down in 14 there. Of course, they're going to have Francois passing. It's going to be a quick route to number 89, Keith Gavin, and it'll be 4th down. And Florida State, I don't know what they're going to do here. Sort of that situation where if you punt it, it basically just is going to go out of the end zone, and it's at the 25-yard line for Bama. If you kick a field goal, it's a long shot attempt, but I think they would be better off punting it here. It's 4th and 15, which I believe they are going to punt it here. Comes the punt. They are going to punt it. And this one's going to go out of bounds at around the 20. They're going to mark it at the 8 to 17 yard line. Next week, Saturday Night Football, it's Ohio State, the number 2 team, versus Oklahoma, the number 17. Who knows where Ohio State will be after this week? I say the winner of this game likely becomes the number 1 seed, but who knows? Maybe Florida State could come out with a ugly win, maybe, if there are those, just like a win where you barely came out with it against Alabama, where Ohio State could jump to number 1, or Florida State gets a win where they deserved the win, where Alabama didn't make any mistakes. It was just where Alabama wasn't really the non-Alabama. They were Alabama, but Florida State just shut them down. That would move Florida State to 1. Of course, Alabama, no matter what the win, they're going to stay at number 1 as they send Ridley in motion. They're going to hand it off here to number 22, to the running back number 22, Najee Harris. It'll be second down now with 2:40 to go here in the second quarter. Let's put his running back out. So we got 2 and 2. Empty backfield for Hurts. Takes the snap. Looking to pass. And he'll be forced quickly to the right side. And he'll have to throw it away. Great job by the Florida State defense. The inside linebacker, Matthew Thomas, forcing him to throw it out of bounds there, and it's 3rd down and 7. It's 3rd down and 7. Alabama's 2 for 7 on 3rd down attempts. See if the Florida State defense can come up with another 3rd down stop. Hurts back to pass. He'll roll to his right. He'll have to throw it down the field. He has a man. Complete pass. There's a flag thrown, though. At the moment, it is a complete pass to Jerry Jeudy. But the flag could call it back here. Looks like it's going to be holding on Alabama. Yes, it is going to be holding on Alabama. That'll bring the play back. The offensive lineman, Lester Cotton. So it's going to be 3rd and 18 for Alabama after the penalty. Hurts takes the snap. Is he going to take off with it himself? He is on 3rd and 18, and he gets tripped, and he gets stumbled up. He's at the 17-yard line in Florida State. What a big defensive stand by the Seminoles right there with 1:40 left to go in the first half. And it's 4th down for Alabama. Comes a punt from L.J. Scott. It's away. It's going to be a fair catch made by Travius McFadden. There we see some of the college football rankings and what they did today. In all of the top 10 teams have won to this point. One of them will lose. It's the loser of this one. So 1 minute left in the first half. Florida State has it on the 30-yard line. Francois is going to look to make a drive here as he gets a pass off to his tight end. Number 81, Ryan Izzo. Second reception of the night for Izzo. Francois back to pass, looking over the middle, and he finds Izzo again. And this time he's going to plow through to get a big gain to, it looks like, the 40-yard line. With 39 seconds left to go in the first half, Florida State could get a field goal and maybe tie it up. With one more play like that, Ryan Izzo had one reception going into this drive. Now he's been a big target for Francois. Hit both passes of the drive as Francois back to pass, looking to his left. This time he was going for Tate, wanting the flag, and he will get one. A pass interference, so 15 extra yards for Florida State. That gets him into field goal position. With 26 seconds left in the first half. So maybe Florida State could possibly get a field goal here. That kind of looked like what would have been an Odell Beckham catch. Sort of like the position he was in when he made his fantastic catch. Anthony Averett is going to be called for pass interference on that one. So it's first down and 10 for Florida State. At the 20-yard line. Francois takes the snap. Looking to pass, has a man over the middle. It's tipped, and it is almost intercepted. What an interception that would have been. For Sean Dion Hamilton, if he ended up making that play. A good tip right there by the linebacker, number 42. Keith Holcomb. There you see the tip by Holcomb. And there you see Hamilton trying to make the play, just can't, so it's going to be second down and 10 for Florida State. Francois back to pass. He's going to try to take it himself. Tripped up from behind. Nice play there by the lineman, number 92. Quinnen Williams. So Florida State's going to use their last time out of the half. 16 seconds to go. And this game has sort of lived up to the hype that it was being brought to. It's 10-7 Alabama. You see some of the background stats. Alabama has dominated on the ground, but Florida State has responded with a great game through the air. Both teams have around an equal number of yards, but third downs has been where both teams have struggled. Florida State was 3 for 4 on third downs, and then they have not converted their last 3. Alabama has struggled all night on third downs. At 16 seconds to go in the first half, if Alabama could come up with a stop here and force a field goal, that could be big for them, because maybe they could make something happen out of a kickoff that gets them somewhere within range where Jalen Hurts and his offense can make a huge play to give them a lead at the half. Don't forget the BMW halftime report is coming up next. So for halftime, when there's no football, worst time in the game, don't leave, stay here for the BMW halftime report as Francois looking down the field, going to the end zone, and the catch is not able to be made, and Nyquan Murray wanting a flag on that one. He's not going to get it. And as I said, 10 seconds to go. Maybe Alabama can make some crazy play happen after this field goal attempt. If it is no good, that is definitely in range for Jalen Hurts to make a big play to Calvin Ridley or one of his other big receivers. But a 37-yard attempt. This goes in. Ricky Aguayo. If this would go in, that means Alabama would have to make something out on the kickoff return here. As here's the kick. It's blocked by Alabama. Oh my goodness, Alabama blocked the field goal and he's finding a way outside. No way. He's breaking tackles everywhere. He's got open room to the 40 and he's down at the 45, but he wasted a little too much time. Alabama will keep their lead going into halftime. It's 10-7. Bama leads it. They'll go into the locker rooms here. Evans made the play there, but we might have a reattempt here if this penalty is on Alabama. But Florida State's walking to the locker room right now while Alabama is still on the field celebrating. But it looks like they're heading to the locker room as well. If this penalty is on Florida State, it will be declined most likely. And it's 10-7 Alabama going into the half. As Nick Saban's still on the field, Jimbo Fisher realizing that this is a penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct called on Florida State and Alabama, so the penalties will offset. So that will not mean much. So Florida State's going to get the ball at the second half. They cannot tie the game up from 37 yards out. Evans tries to make a return. He can't. Florida State, a blocked field goal, is going to have Alabama keeping the lead at the half, 10-7. So looks like the Tide is going to go to the locker room with all the momentum. So here's a halftime interview with Nick Saban.
Not pass protecting very well, very inconsistent on offense. Made a lot of mistakes on defense that we got away with, to be honest with you. So we just need to settle down and execute better in the second half.
Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you very much. Maria?
Thanks, Tom. Coach, you were in extended discussion with the officials. What's your concern there?
Why wasn't interference?
All right, you had 11 plays for 23 yards midway through that first quarter. How do you find a rhythm offensively?
We do. We got a rhythm. We're moving the ball. We've stopped ourselves 2 or 3 times. We're moving. We feel very comfortable with what we're doing.
All right, thanks, Coach.
He's right to complain about the...
So an interference right there that should have been called according to Jimbo Fisher at the right before the half on that third down. But Florida State's was gonna settle for a field goal, but they're gonna have to get a blocked field goal. So it's 10-7. We're going to halftime here at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Well, hey guys, welcome to the BMW halftime report, as I said I would do. Well, if you have not watched, you're just tuning in at halftime. We had a great game. This game is living up to the hype that it was given by pretty much everybody that follows sports. Maybe even not. Maybe people that don't really even watch sports. But still, it's been a very close game to this point. It is 10-7 Alabama. Let's get a game recap. Alabama started off the game with a field goal that had, on their second drive, after the first drive, attempted a 43-yard field goal that ended up not going through the uprights. To begin the second quarter, Florida State had a nice 3-yard touchdown pass by DeAndre Francois to Auden Tate to get the Florida State Seminoles on the board. That's all they got into this point. It's 7-3. Then on the ensuing drive, Alabama responds as Jalen Hurts hooks up with Calvin Ridley for a 53-yard touchdown pass, and that's been the scoring to this point. So not much of a game recap to that point. DeAndre Francois has been doing very good. He's got 193 passing yards. He's been very good through the air, but Alabama has dominating the ground game to this point, where who has not been dominating the ground game to this point? The Florida State Seminoles. Their running backs have not been the best. Last year it was all about Dalvin Cook. It's been all about Dalvin Cook, where he was a fantastic running back. Lost to the NFL this year. Now they're much of a passing team. Cam Akers was really the brought in about 3/4 of the way into the second quarter, out of 1/4 into the second quarter, and he has been doing much better than the first running back that they had. And can't remember his name at this point, but you can see behind me there are some highlights going on. If I can get some of the scores for you, I will. And then if you're just bored, please don't leave. Ask some college football questions if you want. I will gladly answer them for you. So let's look up some scores right now. This is the only game going on right now, I believe, other than Appalachian State and Georgia. But I can find the scores right here on ESPN. All credit goes to ESPN for providing the game that I can broadcast to you guys and the scores that I can tell you guys right now. So thank you to ESPN, and thank you to you guys for watching. So top 25 games that are still to be played at 10:30 tonight. Montana State will visit number 24 Washington State, and some of the finals. Maryland beat Texas in Tom Herman's coaching debut 51-41. South Florida beat Stony Brook 31-17 at home. Miami beat Bethune Cookman 31-17. No, 41-13. Got that wrong. Georgia and Appalachian State, let me get corrected. They have finished. It is a 31-10 Georgia win. Sorry for the sneeze there. Michigan beat Florida 33-17. Florida with 10 players suspended. Still made it some sort of a game until about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma put a beating on UTEP. It's 56-7 the final. Akron and Clemson both put hammerings on teams from around the same area in Ohio, Akron and Kent State. Penn State ended up winning by a score of 52-0. Clemson won 56-3. Penn State beat Akron, and then Clemson beat Kent State. USC did avoid an upset against Western Michigan, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. They did win 49-31 as a final. Games that are going on right now: an Advocare Texas kickoff game, 0-0 BYU versus LSU. Louisville and Purdue, that game's on Fox right now. It's 21-13. Purdue leading Louisville, so we could have an upset right there. 31-7, Auburn leads Georgia Southern. And then Kansas State is beating Central Arkansas 48-19. Just began the fourth quarter there. So that's about it. Some stats, as you can see behind me. I am going to copy off this. 51 points today. Most ever versus an AP-ranked opponent for Maryland. So there's a stat to know. I'm going to go back to the YouTube live stream and see if we have any questions here from any of our guys. So really nothing much to talk about here with college football. Just gonna thank you to the 12 of you that have stayed here to listen to the halftime report. Now it's 10. 2 just left. Again, thanks for tuning in. So now that I'm done with my halftime report, I will turn up the volume on the TV so you guys can listen to the real halftime report and some more detailed highlights to much of the games. So the 2 of you that just left, turn back in once the third quarter starts. To the 10 of you that have stayed, thank you so much for staying. I really didn't think I was gonna get much views on this. I didn't even think I was gonna get double digits, and I have 10 views. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe for more college football games. And if you were already a subscriber and you're waiting for more ball hawking videos, I'm sorry, I've been very late on that. But I've just been very late on that with school and everything. And I also am trying to get a Madden video right now. That's in the process of editing. But so again, thank you to all of you that have stayed. Be sure it's going to be an action-packed second half. The greatest opener of all time. It's Florida State versus Alabama. The halftime report, the real one on ESPN, will be coming up after the commercial break. So again, thanks for staying. Ask any questions that you want. I haven't been asked any questions. Please ask me questions. I would love to answer anything you want to know about college football. So again, thanks for staying with me. And here comes the real halftime report from ESPN. And thanks to the one person that just joined us, it is the halftime report, but please stay with me so that you can watch the rest of the game once it comes back on. Because I will now move this closer again. Here, let me try to get some of that top half out. Eventually, I might have to turn to the side so that I can keep it charged for the rest of the stream. But thanks for tuning in. Ask me any questions you have. But here comes the real halftime report with sound from ESPN once they do put it on.
I'm Stan Verrett with the Sports Center Right Now update. Giancarlo Stanton was at it again today. After 18 home runs in August, he hasn't cooled off in September at all. 18 home runs in August. Tied a Major League record for a calendar month. This is against
And thanks to the 11 of you that have stayed. Any questions you have, feel free. Haven't subscribed yet? Subscribed. If you're a West Virginia fan, West Virginia, Virginia Tech tomorrow, right at kickoff. I will be live streaming it live as it happens.
Meanwhile, the Houston Astros returned home.
So I will now get. So if you just put your name in the shout out, I will give you a shout out for the halftime report. So I'm gonna give a shout out to all these people. Ethan Arter, who was chatting frequently with us earlier, as well as Ghost Spurs Go. Mr. Spartan, shout out to you. Pirates fan 6, Pirates fan 21. All one name. Shout out to you guys. To you. I am also a Pirates fan. Shane S., who has been giving me a lot of feedback. Again, thank you to Shane S. for giving me the feedback, telling me what's right and wrong. And also, tell me if I get this right. Marcus won, and also Game Over GG. And again, if you can't get this, feel free to tell me what games you guys want to see in the future. If there's no other games that I feel like I want to do, I will happily put them on if they're on that, if I can access them. Here is the halftime report. Talked all the way through it, but it was a short update about baseball. It's football.
But what about protecting what you're building right now? At Northwestern Mutual, we know the importance of doing both. We combine personalized investment solutions that help grow your wealth with world-class insurance that protects what matters most to you. This whole picture approach is just one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Don't get mad. Get E-Trade and get invested.
Pre-order the Galaxy Note 8 and choose free accessories up to $229.
Wednesday, you're about to find out which stars will be dancing. Because the full cast of Dancing with the Stars Season 25 will be revealed live only on GMA.
Who's ready to meet the full cast?
Wednesday, only on
Good morning, America.
How's it feel to be the most powerful person in the world?
It feels great.
I don't like your perfect crime. How you laugh when you lie. I trust nobody and nobody trusts me. Oh baby, I just stole my dream. Do you love it? What you made me do? What you made me do? What you just made me do? What you just made me do?
Thanks to the other 12th person that has just joined us.
IMAX screens now, premiering on ABC September 29th.
The BMW Halftime Report is brought to you by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
Time for your primetime performers, Booger. Let's go.
Anthony Rush. When I saw him do this, the only thing I could think about was books and circa 1995. Interception return for a touchdown. The Blazers' first game since 2014. They rolled over Alabama A&M 38-7.
How about Drew Lock, the Missouri quarterback, threw for a school record 521 yards, 7 touchdowns, top of the most in SEC history, leading the Tigers offense that racked up over 800 yards, 72 points in a win over Missouri State. Back, what do you got?
And talk about great stories. Last November, Michigan State defensive back Tyson Smith was experiencing headaches and he had a stroke. In his first game back today, he returned an interception for a touchdown. Michigan State's win over Bowling Green. Good for Tyson Smith.
Awesome. Thanks for watching the BMW Halftime Report.
You could be my love, even if the sky is falling down. I know that we'll be safe and sound.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all a chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
So while the commercials are going on, I might as well mention for a high school football team in my area, I'm doing a website for them where I do live reporting and articles and everything. Check it out. It's called beaverlocalfootball.simplesite.com. I will put a link in the chat right now. If a link doesn't pop up, then just put in what is in the chat. So check that out while halftime is still going on, or after the game. Alright, I just put the website in the description, not in the description, in the chat. Check it out. 10 watching. Thank you to the 10 that have stayed for halftime. We're back after miserable halftime. We are back for some more football in Atlanta. I think we're all ready for the second half here. 10-7, Alabama leads. It's the Chick-fil-A kickoff game at the Mercedes-Benz Arena presented by Wells Fargo. First football game here in this brand new arena built over the summer to replace the Georgia Dome. We're going to start the third quarter with Alabama leading Florida State 10-7. We're going to have quite a second half here in the greatest opener of all time, thanks to the 11 that have tuned in to watch the last two quarters of this game with us. I'm thinking that I'm hoping that the stream won't get taken down, but I wouldn't be surprised if a couple streams do get taken down, I wouldn't be surprised if a couple streams do get taken down, but they probably won't. So, thanks for tuning into this one. Out of about, let me count here, I have some here. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's only 4 live streams, I believe. But a couple of them are reactions and stuff, so there's no game. So there's only like 2 or 3 live streams of the game, actually. So thanks for choosing this one out of the 2 or 3, as we're kicking off to begin the second half. And it's going to be in the end zone for the touchback. Here's our Pacific Life game summary. Here, the Florida State drive that got them into the end zone. Especially, nice catch there by Auden Tate to begin the drive. And he also made a nice catch there in the end zone for the 11-play drive. And here's that play I mentioned at halftime, the 53-yard touchdown reception by Calvin Ridley. What a throw by Jalen Hurts. A beauty. And that's how we're at 10-7. Alright, we got 13 that have tuned in to watch the second half with us. Shotgun for Francois for the first down to begin the second half of the greatest opener of all time. Moving into pistol formation. Takes the snap, hands it off to Cam Akers, who slips up in the backfield. That'll be a 1-yard loss, and it's second down and 11. So second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. 14:35 left in the third quarter. 30 seconds into the second half. Shotgun for Francois. Akers in the backfield with him. Back to pass. Looking down the field, goes over the middle, has a man. It's Keith Gavin to about the 38 39-yard line for the first down. See the bottom of your screen. Louisville trying to make a comeback on Purdue, but we'll take a look at this play again. Francois over the middle, just through the hands of Hamilton, who almost made a fantastic interception towards the end of the second quarter. Francois in shotgun fakes the handoff. He finds, once again, Gavin Tate, who gets it to the Alabama 49-yard line. So Florida State moving the ball quick here to begin the second half. Hand off to Cam Akers here as he gets it out about to the 45-yard line. It'll be second down and about 4. Shotgun for Francois. Man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the toss. He'll go to the quick screen to Cam Akers. Akers, oh my goodness, the jukes to the 34-yard line. Screen route to Cam Akers. Gets the Seminoles to the Bama 34. There you see the juke right there. Gets Cam Akers to the 34-yard line. See right there, the stutter step. Cuts to the right. Tackled from behind by the lineman. Shotgun. They'll try to run the same play. This time Francois will run it. And the Alabama defense all over it. Stuffed at about the 35-yard line. Loss of 1. Second down and 11. Pistol formation for Francois. He'll hand it off to Cam Akers, and the Bama defense once again is all over the run. A stuff. Loss of about 3 there, and it's going to be second down, and it's going to be third down and 14. There you see Cam Akers trying to run around the outside. Big stop there by number 20, Hamilton. Hamilton has been all over the field tonight for the Alabama defense. Florida State on third and long is 0 for 3. They have not converted 4 third downs. 3 of them have been from long distance. No man backfield. Oh my goodness! What a big loss, and Francois shrugs his shoulders at the lineman. What a big sack for Alabama defensive lineman Raekwon Davis. And it's back at around the 49-yard line where the Seminoles will have to punt. With Francois here, empty backfield. It was just him. He goes really far back, and Raekwon Davis breaks the lineman, and he gets in there to make a huge sack. 4th and 24. They'll have to punt it from the Alabama 48. The punt is away. And fair catch will be made by Trevon Diggs inside the 15. 10 minutes in the third quarter. There will be a flag thrown, though. Seems like a sideline warning against Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Third quarter, 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's the greatest opener of all time. 1 Alabama, 3 Florida State. So we got 13 watching. So to the two of you that just joined for commercial breaks, feel free to throw any college football questions you have. Put them in the chat. I will be glad to answer them during these commercial breaks. So thank you for the two of you that just joined, and thanks to the one that just liked. We now have 12 watching. Trey Marshall was suspended for the first half of tonight's game after a targeting penalty in the second half of the Orange Bowl last year. It'll be 1st and 10 with 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Jalen Hurts in shotgun. Hands it off to Damian Harris. Harris tries to find a hole. Florida State stops him for a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Second down and 7. Empty backfield. Fake hand off to Damian Harris. Hurts gets it up to the 26-yard line for, it'll be a third down. About 4 yards to go. Fake handoff by Hurts, gets the pass off to Harris. Harris finds an outside hole, and he's got room, tiptoeing near the out-of-bounds line, and he'll run out of bounds, but not after he gains the first down. Let's take a look at some highlights from Dewin James. Formation, been all night. There you see right there, he made up with a big hit. Hurts back to pass, going deep down the field. Flags will be thrown. This will be pass interference on Florida State and a push off by Marshall, who was just coming back into the game after being suspended for the first half. Calvin Ridley's pointing to himself like that was on him. And it might be on him with the way he's pointing at himself. So a flag is thrown here. We'll see what it's on. See who's on. It's going to be pass interference on the defense. It will be on Williams. Pass interference. So they will call something on Calvin Ridley there. Nick Saban wants an explanation, but the penalties will offset, and it's an incomplete pass. There you see Nick Saban is really fired up on the sidelines. Wondering why, and it will be called a delay of game on Alabama. So, so they might not actually call that pass interference, but either way, the penalties will offset, and it is still going to be first down. Shotgun formation for Jalen Hurts inside. Fakes the handoff to Bo Scarborough, running to his right. He'll take it himself for a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. There you see, let's get another, looks Saban there. 2nd down and 7, shotgun for Hurts. Quick screen pass to Calvin Ridley, and that Florida State defense looked like they were all over it. And now Ridley's back up. Might have wanted to get down there. He's out at the 39-yard line of Alabama. What a play there by Marshall, just entering the game after being suspended for the first half. You see again, he tried to get back up after the trip up, and then he's run out of bounds at around the 39. Impact player tracker is Jalen Hurts on 3rd down, 6 for 7 with 50 yards passing and 3 first downs. Hurts looking to pass here on 3rd and 18. He's going to take off with it himself. He's not going to have much room to run. He'll get it to around the 47, and it will be 4th down and very long for the Tide. They will most likely punt this one away, and Florida State's going to get a chance to tie it up or take the lead with under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Comes a punt from Scott. And it's going to bounce. And this is going to take a favorable bounce for Alabama. Wallace is going to touch it around the 7-yard line, 8-yard line. And inside their own 10 is where Florida State will start the drive. It's the greatest opener of all time. Florida State versus Alabama. Throw them questions at me, guys. I'll answer them if you're wondering anything about college football. Just ask me any kind of question you want.
Eat my chicken. Astronaut to mission control. Gotta go.
That's me. Michael's brother. Thanks to the 9 of you that have stayed with us. We were up to about 13, now we're down to 9. Thanks to the 9 of you that have watched the game with us. Now we're back up to 11. Thanks to the 11 of you that decided to stay with us. For the 2 of you that just joined us, stay with us. It's just a commercial break. But it's been a great game at this point. It is 10-7 Alabama. Florida State's going to start on their own 8 to begin their next drive. Here's our Goodyear blimp-worthy moment coming up later in the game. To the 12 of you that have joined us for the live stream. And there's the formation that it took all summer to build for the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where this game is being held. The first football game here in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It is the greatest opener of all time, Florida State, Alabama. It is 10-7 Alabama as a handoff here, and he gets an outside hole. Jacques Patrick is back into the game. They're being taken out midway through the second quarter, replaced by Cam Akers. He'll take that one for around a 9-yard gain for 2nd and 1. Two in the backfield for Francois. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Are you kidding me, Nikki? Looks like it turned off one TV, which sort of screwed up the rest, but it's a 1st down and 10. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Jimbo Fisher's Florida State Seminoles. So the 9 that have stayed with us. Get added to her. Again, another thing about that. So it's 5:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Francois takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Hit as he throws, and somehow a catch is made by Patrick, who ends up gaining 5 yards on that. So a lucky play by Florida State. Gets them some yardage as we have an injured player on the field right now. Brian Robinson Jr., Terrell Lewis, the sophomore out of St. John's in Washington, D.C. He's down on the field. There's the Dr. Pepper College Football National Championship Trophy. It's here at the Mercedes-Benz Arena, and most likely the winner of this game will be hoisting that by the end of the football season. So we take a timeout here for the injured player on the field for the Alabama Crimson Tide. It is Brian Robinson Jr. No, it's Terrell Lewis out of St. John's in Washington, D.C., as he will walk off the field. Surrounded by some trainers. So you see some stats right there. 204 passing yards for Florida State, 120 rushing yards for Alabama. So it seems like Florida State is dominated through the air. Alabama has gained most of their yards through running the football. As Francois in the empty backfield takes a snap, looking to pass. Pressure by Bama. Good blocks by the offensive lineman. Looking deep was Francois trying to hit the receiver, and Iquan Murray can't, but it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Florida State. Shotgun for Francois. 3rd down and 5. Looking to pass is Francois. Quick defense. He gets it over the middle. He could not find the intended receiver, George Campbell. Could find it, but it is just a little out in front of him. And it's going to be 4th down and 5, forcing Florida State to punt once more, giving Alabama a chance to try to take a larger lead, which they have not been able to do so far. In the 3rd quarter. There you see again the hit on Francois right after he threw the ball to Campbell. That's exactly what forced him to throw it away. And the punt is blocked by Bama. They pick it up at their own 6. What a play by Alabama. Dylan Moses fell on it. The block punt. There's a flag thrown. But for the time being, what a play by Alabama. Looks like it's a false start on Florida State. Penalties declined. So Alabama has fantastic starting field position at their own 6. After the block punt, take a look at that again. Out of nowhere comes Damian Harris Jr. to block the punt. Dylan Moses fell on it. And what a big break for Bama. It's 1st and goal on their own 6. 4:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. This could give Alabama some breathing room. Shotgun for Jalen Hurts. Hands it off to Bo Scarborough, who's going to be tackled around the 5. About 4 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 2nd and goal. Sorry for the sneeze. So 2nd and goal for Alabama. Shotgun for Hurts. Back to pass. Looking. And a Florida State defense. Number 9, Josh Sweat, the defensive end, comes up with a big play that gets Alabama all the way back to the 11, which now they'll need an 11-yard touchdown, run or pass. Or they'll have to settle for a field goal, meaning Florida State could tie it or take the lead with a touchdown. They could tie it with a touchdown and miss the extra point, or take the lead by making the extra point and the touchdown. Jalen Hurts takes a snap, looking to pass. Flushed, having to get out of the pocket, and he is tackled by Derwin James, and Alabama will have to settle for a field goal here leave it, which means a Florida State with a big defensive stop, which still allows them to remain within 6 points of the Crimson Tide. Snap, the kick is up. It's good. So Alabama does capitalize with 3 points on a 25-yard field goal by Pappanastos. But Florida State still remains within 6 after a big defensive stop in which Alabama blocked a punt to get them on their own 6. 2 big defensive plays by the Florida State defensive lineman flushing Jalen Hurts, allowing them to settle for a field goal. It's still a 6-point game. It's the greatest opener of all time. Alabama versus Florida State. Thanks again for the 11 of you that have watched, that are watching the game here. If you have any college football questions, you can feel free to ask me. I'll answer them. Has time on these commercials. So, we are in the third quarter right now. So thanks again to the 11 of you that have stayed with us, because it's time for some more college football. It's the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. 13-7, Alabama leads Florida State. It's presented by Dr. Pepper. It's the championship drive game of the week. Alabama just capitalized with a field goal. It's now 13-7 as Keith Tate bobbles the kick return. And then fumble! Alabama recovers!
Everyone get ready.
Alabama recovers! Waiting for the ruling, it is an Alabama recovery. A fumble on the kickoff by Keith Tate, and Alabama recovers. They have another fantastic field position on their own 10-yard line. A touchdown here would most certainly give Alabama all the momentum and possibly could win this game. There you see again, his knee might have been down, Keith Tate might not have fumbled the football. So let's see. His knee is not down yet. Yes, he did fumble the football. So a fumble by Keith Tate allows the Crimson Tide to begin the drive with 1:47 to go in the third. And the review, it is first down, Alabama. Big call right there. A big play by Alabama. And now they have the ball on their own 11. So back-to-back times, a special teams play has gotten Alabama for starting field position inside their own 20. So the special teams for Alabama, a blocked field goal, a blocked punt, and a forced fumble on a kickoff.
One more, then I'll leave.
But both of those times that they have blocked but the last two times they blocked the punt, and then they got the forced fumble. They've started inside their own 15. Last time they did not capitalize on the touchdown. This time, Damian Harris sends Walker into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama. 19-7. And Alabama puts this one out of reach of Florida State, possibly, if they keep playing the way they did. They have. Damian Harris with 7 rushes, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, and it was right there. What a big touchdown run by Alabama and Damian Harris. And a 2-point conversion attempt here is going to be attempted by Alabama. 1:41 in the third. 2-point conversion. If they get this, it's 21-7, a 2-touchdown game. Hurts looking, end zone. A catch by Calvin Ridley. It's 21-7 Bama. You have got to be kidding. Gutsy call by Nick Saban makes it a 2-touchdown game with 1:41 to go in the third quarter. Look at this again. Hurts rolls to his right, has 2 receivers wide open right there. Calvin Ridley's the one that makes the play. It's the greatest opener of all time in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Alabama has jumped out to a 21-7 lead here in the last 3 minutes of this game. College football questions, throw them at me. If you have any college football comments, you can tell me. Shane S. just said, Bama has the momentum and possibly the game. Well, that, no doubt. That's the special teams has been very, very big for Alabama. There you see the 2017 national champs, Clemson, in a commercial, but still, the 2017 national champs, worth mentioning, that they ended up winning 56-3 against Kent State earlier. We're back with football. As here comes the kickoff. Gavin Tate Keith Gavin is going to let this one go out of the end zone. Now you see the Florida State defensive coordinator trying to get his defense going. As Florida State really has not been the best in these past 3 series. They have allowed Alabama to drive and get a couple of scores. First and 10 for Deondre Francois. Pistol formation. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and Bama's defense is getting in there quick. Francois is going to have to take off with it, and he will slide after getting 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for some gain of yardage there. Shotgun for Francois. Takes a snap. Throws to his left, and it's intercepted by Alabama. Oh my goodness, Alabama has turned the tides around very quickly in this one. A block punt. A recovered kickoff fumble, and now an interception have given Alabama pretty much all the momentum possible. This could basically be pretty much it on the interception there by Levi Wallace that pretty much gives Alabama the momentum, the football, and possibly the game. It's the third quarter with 56 seconds left to go. If Alabama could score a touchdown on this drive, that might just be it. Pistol for Hurts. Back to pass. Getting flushed in the pocket. Has to move to his left. He'll look for positive yardage, which he cannot get. He's out of bounds after a loss of 1. Florida State going to need to come up with a big play on the defensive side of the football. Maybe a turnover, maybe a defensive stop. Just needs to be one of those. So we have an upset alert, actually. It's Purdue over Louisville by 3. Louisville is actually taking the lead, but we'll get back to this one. It's a 4-yard gain by the running back, Damian Harris. It'll be 3rd down and 7. So Alabama's going to run the timeout here in the 3rd quarter. What a game we have here in Atlanta. We're going to go to the 4th quarter. Alabama has the football, all the momentum, and 15 more minutes is all they need to seal the deal for the Crimson Tide. 3 quarters down. 1 more to go. 15 minutes of football. This will decide it all. It's 21-7. Alabama leads. Thanks to the 12 that are going to watch the end of the game with me. So let's see how this one ends. It's 21-7, Bama. That was a big interception right there. big time interception by Levi Wallace. Doesn't get much better. Doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much more big than that. A late third quarter interception in a game. You're already up by 2 touchdowns. That could basically seal the deal. But especially in this game, the greatest opener of all time. 1 versus 3 to open the season. Game was living up to the hype in the first half. So now, Alabama has kind of walked away with this one. This point. Welcome back to the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive Game of the Week and the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Game. 1 versus 3, Alabama versus Florida State, greatest opener of all time, or you can call it the GOAT. The G-O-O-T, greatest opener of all time. In the last 4 minutes and 17 seconds of the third quarter, Alabama blocked a punt, recovered a fumble for a touchdown. They recover on the kickoff. And now they have an interception. And here that run on third down is going to get them 1 yard short of the first. And it's 4th down. Looks like they're going to bring the offense off the field here. No, they're not. They're going to let the offense run a play on this 4th down. Hurts is going to go under center. Single back is Bo Scarborough. We'll see how it goes. Hurst takes a snap, hands it off to Bo Scarborough, and he gets the first down to about the 31-yard line, and it's 1st down and 10. Snap by Hurts. Hands it off to Scarborough, who's going to get about 5-6 yards on that one. "36 straight non-conference games that Alabama has played, they have won. This, most likely the toughest that they've played. They have played a couple close ones against Ole Miss. But this was one of the toughest. It looked like coming in as Bo Scarborough is going to gain about a couple yards, be a shy of the first. Shotgun for Jalen Hurts. Bo Scarborough, the running back. 3rd down and 3. Back to passes Hurts. Looking down the field. Has a man. It's Calvin Ridley. No, he cannot make the catch. Intended receiver is Henry Ruggs. It'll be 4th down and 3, and it looks like Alabama might have to settle for a field goal to make it a 24-7 game. There you see again, just out in front of Riggs. And we have another field goal attempt by Andy Pepenastos. Comes a kick, and it is almost blocked, but it is going to go wide left. His second missed field goal of the game. It was 12-28. Florida State is going to get a little momentum back. We'll see if they can use it to their advantage and try to get a touchdown, make it a one-possession game. It's the greatest opener of all time. It's Alabama, Florida State. Thanks to the 12 of you that have joined us, and me at least, for this greatest opener of all time, Alabama versus Florida State. It is 21-7 as a field goal was just missed by Andy Pepenastos. So Florida State has a little momentum back going into the drive. Welcome back to the greatest opener of all time. We'll have a studio update here. It's 28-25. Lamar Jackson over the middle. He finds a man. It's a touchdown. Louisville. They go up 32-28. It's a close one there. It's on Fox. Here on ESPN, we got a 21-7 Alabama lead over Florida State. 1 versus 3, the greatest opener of all time. Francois takes a snap. Looking to pass. Goes to his left. And it's intercepted yet again. This time, it's Mack Wilson getting in on the action. The 3rd turnover of the night, the 2nd interception in the... Man, you gotta be kidding. Alabama is putting all the momentum on their side. Mack Wilson just jumps right in front of Auden Tate to make that play. Tate just stood there, and Wilson jumps in front of him and makes the catch. Maybe if he would have stepped towards the ball, he would have at least made it a tip, and it would have been a little close. And there you see the drive chart. Last 6 drives, they've punted 3 times, they've had a blocked field goal, and 2 interceptions. One of those punts was blocked. They've had a blocked punt, a fumbled kickoff, and 2 interceptions. As Alabama gets the ball back, hand off to the running back, number 22, Najee Harris, for a gain of none. Shotgun for Hurts. Fakes the handoff, but the defense for Florida State all over it. Loss of around 5, and it'll be 3rd down and 15. Big stop for Florida State if they want to get any sort of back in this game. They need to start right now here on this defensive drive. It's 3rd and 13 for Alabama. Empty backfield for Hurts. 5 receivers.
Michael?
Yeah?
Quiet.
Okay. Hurts to his right. Passes it, and it's going to be incomplete. It's 4th down and 13. For Alabama. 10:59 to go in the game. Florida State down 2 touchdowns. And it looks like Alabama will try, looks like a field goal here. No, they will punt it away. And it looks like a timeout will be called here by the Seminoles with 10:59 to go on 4th and 13. Defensive coordinator, it's like he's yelling at his players. Here's a Pacific Life game summary. Box score for Florida State. DeAndre Francois, 204 passing yards, touchdown, and 2 picks. Both of them recent. Well, Jalen Hurts has 149 total yards with a passing touchdown. And also, Bama's special teams has a blocked field goal, a blocked punt, and a forced fumble on a kickoff. So, we've had quite a game here, especially lately. So Scott's going to punt it away. Fair catch is going to try to be called, and Bama's actually going to down that around the 6-yard line. So Florida State, not the best starting field position for their drive. It's Bama versus Florida State, the greatest opener of all time. Thanks to the 14 of you that have decided to watch the end of this fantastic game with us. It's 21-7, Alabama leads. Florida State has the ball on their own 6 after Alabama punted it and downed it right there. Just a reminder for anybody who will not be able to watch the West Virginia Tech game that's watching this game right now. I will also have that be live streaming tomorrow for any West Virginia or Virginia Tech fans that are not able to watch the game. And don't forget, later in this game, the Goodyear blimp-worthy moment of the game. It's a 21-7 score here. Alabama leading Florida State. It's Saturday Night Football on ESPN, presented by Wells Fargo. And forward, go further. So at the 6-yard line, Florida is where Florida State will start their drive. They have 48 total yards in the second half. Had a punt blocked, turned the ball over 3 times. 2 interceptions by Francois, and a fumble by Keith Gavin on a kickoff as Cam Akers is stopped at the 3-yard line by the defense of Bama. They have dominated the second half here. It's 10-7. It was a close game going into the locker room, but Alabama had a little bit of momentum after that blocked field goal, and they have dominated this game ever since. The second half drives for Florida State, they've started on their own 25-7, and even closer inside. They have 46 total yards again, punt blocked, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, 3 overall turnovers. As Francois takes it from the shotgun formation, looking to pass. He's going to have to get out of there quick. He will get out of there quick, and he's going to have to run with it. And he trips over some of the advertisement signs out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag thrown here with about just under 10 minutes to go. There you see a hit there. Is this going to be targeting call? No, there will be no targeting call on there. That's what the flag was going to be thrown for there. That would have been a big break for Florida State. So it will be 3rd down and 8, just as expected. Shotgun for Francois, 3rd down and 8. Under 10 minutes to go. Takes a snap, back to pass, and he almost got sacked in the end zone for a safety. He gets a pass off, and it's almost interception for the 3rd time in the second half, but it will not be. And Jimbo Fisher will bring his offense off the field, and it'll be punted away by the Seminoles. So with the Seminoles punting away here, Alabama, a score in general, could pretty much put this one away. Tyler, the punter, digs back to return. The punt is away. And Diggs caught it, and a flag will be thrown there for that hit. The hit was made by Matthew Thomas. The fair catch, and he hit him after. That is an illegal hit by Thomas. That'll be an extra 15 yards for the Tide. As they discussed this, it didn't look like he actually made a fair catch, though. So here comes a call. Yes, there it is. Yes, that will be an illegal hit on sportsmanlike. Now, a personal foul on Matthew Thomas. It'll be an extra 15 yards for Bama. with 9:22 to go in the game. So it'll be first down and 10 for Bama. It'll be shotgun for Jalen Hurts. Takes the snap, hands it off to Bo Scarborough, and he'll take it all the way up for about a 9-8 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 2. Hurts giving the play to his offensive line. Shotgun formation. Hands it off to Bo Scarborough, who's going to be stopped by Florida State. Actually, he plows forward, and will the referee spot be a first down? Either way, it's going to be close. Scarborough thinks he has it. I think he does too. Next Saturday, from Columbus, Ohio, it's Oklahoma at Ohio State game day on ESPN. Hurts under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Bo Scarborough, who's going to try to plow forward for 5 yards, which he does. 2nd and 5. Under 8 minutes now to go. It's a red zone. 2nd down and 5. There's Scott Cochran, the strength and conditioning coach. Under center is Jalen Hurts for this 2nd down and 5. Hands it off to Bo Scarborough, who's going to plow forward to get a 1 yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 4. So under 7 minutes to go now. Alabama just at this point trying to run out the clock to seal the victory. 3rd down and 4, in field goal range. Hurts back to pass. Quick rush by Florida State, and he's just going to get it off. And it'll be 4th down and 4 with 6:31 to go. Alabama's going to try to kick a field goal here to make it 24-7. Basically, that would seal the deal, and the Crimson Tide would walk out of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium with a big statement W against Florida State, and that would likely knock Florida State out of any contention to make the college football playoff, as that one is drilled right down the middle. It's 24-7. Alabama leads at 6:25 to go. Looks like Alabama has it in the bag. It's the greatest opener of all time, 24-7. Here's the all-hands-in team of the week. It's the Michigan Wolverines. They beat Florida 33-17 as they held Florida 11 rushing yards in the game. So Michigan is our team of the week. Congratulations to them in their big win against Florida. 6:25 to go. Florida State's going to have the ball out on their own 25-yard line. Monday, it's Labor Day football. It's Tennessee, the number 25 seed, facing Georgia Tech. Another Chick-fil-A kickoff game, the final game of week 1 of this brand new college football season. So at this point, no really big upsets this week. As Francois in the shotgun. Back to pass. Over the middle. Finds a man. It's Keith Gavin for around a 5-yard gain. Second and 4. Shotgun for Florida State. Under 6 to play. Back to pass. Looking to his right. Has a man. It was Auden Tate. Cannot make the catch. So it's 3rd down and 4 with 5:53 to go. Empty backfield for Francois. Takes a snap. Rolling to his right. And he's going to be sacked from behind at the 24-yard line. And all this is not good news for Florida State. Francois is hurt. Francois is down holding his left knee. And this is not good news for any Florida State fan. You're already losing 24-7 to Alabama, but now your starting QB, DeAndre Francois, goes down after that, landing awkwardly on his left knee after being tripped up from behind. Here we'll see. Yeah, that right knee hits the ground, but that left knee does not. Take a look again. The right knee is being held, so that left knee lands awkwardly. And now Francois is hurt. This is a big, big blow to the Florida State Seminoles. This is a big blow. He will get up, and they will take him off the field, but there will be a new QB out for the Florida State Seminoles to finish the game. It's the greatest opener of all time. It's Florida State, Alabama. 5:44 left to go. As he is not putting any weight on that left leg. That is not good news for Florida State fans. Late in the game with 5:44 left to go. Backup quarterback James Blackman. Looks like he's going into it will either be James Blackman or JJ Cosentino. It looks like it will be James Blackman. But it looked like they first had on the field JJ Cosentino. And here comes the punt, and it's Actually going to not go really that far. Florida State's just going to let it roll to the Alabama 40 as they are going to take Francois into the tent now. It's the greatest opener of all time, Florida State versus Alabama. Alright, so we got 9 that are going to finish the stream with us. 9 of you that are here now. Let's do it. We got 5:44 left. Finish the stream. We got a 3-hour and 10-minute stream going. Let's finish it out. Now we got 10. 10 of you that are here. Let's go. Let's finish it out together. We made it through the first 3 hours. Let's make it through the last about maybe 15 minutes. Let's go. 5:44 left. All right, 8. Let's finish it out. Close to the end here. So Alabama's going to have the ball on their own 40. 5:29 to go as Deondre Francois was hurt. His left knee landed awkwardly on the ground on the last play. He's been taken into the tent but walked off without putting any sort of weight on that left leg. As Damian Harris runs for a 9-yard gain. So Alabama's just going to run the clock out now. Under 5 minutes to go. 1 yard to the first impact player. Damian Harris, 8 rushing yards, 71 yards, 8 rushing attempts, 71 yards rushing as Harris is going to get to the first down there, but it's just this complete dog pile on top of him as he gains right about 4 to 5 yards. Hurts is under center. Bo Scarborough in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Run about to the Florida State 45. Under 4 minutes to play. As they do have an EMS checking in on Francois. Looking in on the 10 as it's not looking very good, apparently. As he has not come out of the 10 since he's went in there. The handoff to Bo Scarborough. He's going to be stopped by the Florida State defense right about the line of scrimmage. It's about a 1 yard gain. It'll be under 3 minutes now. There's Francois. He has come out of the tent, but still he's on crutches, it looks like, and they're going to cart him off the field. They're going to cart him off the... This is not good news for Florida State. Not the best day for Florida State. Running to his right is Hurts. Hurts is going to take it himself, and he's going to gain about 2 yards. It'll be 4th down now, but it will be under 2 minutes as Francois is head in his hands as he's carted off the field. And for all the subscribers watching right now, thank you guys so much for 20 subscribers. Had 16 coming into the day. 4 subscribers from the stream. Thank you guys so much for staying through the stream and subscribing as it's 4th down and 6 for Alabama. Punt is away. Fair catch made, and that's going to be a penalty right there. Should be at least. McFadden just looks at the referee and he'll walk back to the sideline. Sunday Night Baseball at 7:30. It's the rivalry of baseball. Yankees, Red Sox. So, Florida State has it at their own 7-yard line with the quarterback James Blackman, freshman QB, take his first snap in his college career right now. Takes snap. He will hand it off to, it looks like, Cam Akers. And now there's a little scuffle at the end of the play. Then a flag will be thrown with 1:24 left in the game. So here it comes. It's after the play. So unsportsmanlike penalties offset. So 1:24 left in the game. Couple of unsportsmanlikes there. So now the clock will be running. 2nd and 7. Blackman under center. Hands it off to Cam Akers. Akers is going to take it right about up to the 10-yard line. the Ford wrap-up. Coming up next, that is on ABC. So 40 seconds to go. Alabama. This will probably be the last play of the game right here. James Blackman under center. Take his final snap of the game. 3rd and 1. He'll hand it off to Cam Akers. Akers running around the side. He'll get the ball out to about the 21. And the clock will stop. There will be one more play to run. Clock will now run, and that will do it. From the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Alabama beats Florida State 24-7 to win the greatest opener of all time, led by second half defense and special teams, offensive capitalizations, and just great overall playing by Alabama, especially a few mistakes that Florida State made. Well, that will about do it. It's 24-7, our final here in Atlanta. We will have a post-game interview with Nick Saban before we go. There you see the players shaking hands at midfield. The kickoff game, the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. Here's the interview with winning head coach of the Alabama Tide, Nick Saban.
I think we scrapped in the game. I don't think we played great. I think the defense did a fantastic job, especially in the second half, getting some turnovers. Special teams was a big difference in the game with the turnover, the block punt. But, our consistency, especially on offense, is not what it needs to be. It's great to get a win like this, even if we got to win it ugly. We got a lot of work to do, and we know where we're at now, and we'll work to get better.
All off season, you stressed finishing. Last game you played with a double-digit lead into the 4th quarter. How did you finish this time?
Well, we finished because they didn't score. We didn't keep the ball as well as we'd like. But we'll get better.
Finally, you stress special teams. You put some of your best players on special teams. How did that shape the outcome there?
Well, I think it was probably the difference in the game, in all honesty. Block punt, a block field goal before the half was a big momentum deal. A block punt, fumble on a kickoff cover. The field position that we kept them in the second half was really the key to the game because they could never get in their offense.
You're a coach that likes to take these games on, Nick. You have throughout your career at Alabama. Why?
Well, I think it tells you a lot about your team. I think our team worked hard for this game. They have a tremendous amount of respect for Florida State. I think Florida State has a great team, and I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, this season. And we got to focus on what we need to do to get better. This tells us where we are, where we need to go.
Appreciate it, Nick. Good win. Thank you. Let's go over to Maria.
All right, Tom, I've got Jalen Hurts and Calvin Ridley here. And guys, let's start off with the beginning of this matchup. And it seemed like a slow start for you guys to get going offensively. What was the difference in the second half?
We just had to come out and finish. Last year we didn't finish, and going into every game this year, we know that's one thing that we have to do. And I think, we got some room to improve, obviously, but it's a process.
Coming into this game, everyone was calling it the greatest opener of all time. What was the mindset that you guys had coming into this field?
We had that feeling that we lost our last game, but we know we had to come into this game, and we were playing a great opponent. And all week and all summer, we was looking forward to this game. And we've been practicing hard against each other the whole summer, so we was looking forward to this game.
All right, Jalen, you might have lost some whiteouts, but it seems like you guys have a pretty relationship and a pretty good dynamic going on right now. What's it like seeing this guy out there on the perimeter?
He can play, He just said himself, we can't do it without our other teammates, though. As far as, bringing down the safety for a deep ball or whatever it is. It's all a team effort. And I think we played as a team today.
And even when this guy is scrambling, you know to keep moving, right? Because you've caught a touchdown pass that way today.
Yeah, he can do anything with his feet and with his arm. It helps the offense so much. So I'm happy with whatever we can get.
All right, guys, congrats.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Maria. Yeah.
Thank you to both Tom Rinaldi and Maria right there. Well, that will wrap it up for my YouTube channel live stream. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to this whole thing, and a special shout out to Shane S., who watched this stream and supported me throughout this whole stream. And for those of you who didn't write in the chat, who did end up watching the stream the whole time, thank you so much for watching this stream. Tomorrow, it's West Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Don't forget to tune into that. Subscribe for more. And, well, that'll about do it. For Michael McKenzie, this has been the greatest opener of all time, Alabama versus Florida State.